Sup people, this is Sue, and this is my first video in my Flash in Black series. The concept I have for this is to take a past event in Black culture and do a thorough breakdown and ask a few specific questions. The questions are, what was the general reception of this particular event when it happened? What was your reaction when you first became aware of this event, and compare it to your perception of it now? And if this same event happened today, what do you think the reception would be? I would do this for albums, TV shows, movies, speeches, and other major events. Now, the first Flash in Black will be on Malcolm X's Ballot or the Bullet speech. With everything that's been going on lately, I can't think of a better event to start off with. Let me start with the breakdown. The speech was given on April 3rd, 1964 in Cleveland, Ohio. The Ballot or the Bullet focused on politics, defining Black nationalism, and economics. Malcolm's definition of Black nationalism was controlling the politics and economics of your own community. One of my favorite parts of this speech was right in the beginning when he touched on religion. In my opinion, one of the wisest statements Malcolm ever made was when he said to leave your religion in the closet. Because if we start talking about religion, we're not going to agree. I believe this is 100% true. We waste so much time talking about religion when we should be building. I'm going to talk to my religious folks for a brief minute. Do not push your beliefs on people, because I didn't have this happen to me several times with people of all different religions, and the only thing it did was push me further away from that person that was trying to do that. So, like Malcolm said, please leave that in the closet. And to my non-religious folks, you can be just as annoying as religious folks when you pushing your beliefs on people. Don't mock people that believe, because if you do that, you really know better than the religious folks that pushing their religious views on people. Let people believe whatever it is they want to believe. The main focus should be to improve the conditions of people of African descent worldwide. That should be the mission of all of us. You can do this and still have your own personal religious beliefs. The Ballot or the Bullet is the perfect example of this. Malcolm gave this speech inside a church, and as we all know, Malcolm was a Muslim. Malcolm also touched on politics. He said, we must understand the politics of our community and what politics is supposed to produce. Now, this is deep because a lot of us don't understand why politics is important, and Malcolm broke it down in this speech perfectly. You need to understand what each position is supposed to produce. Now, if a politician is running for state senate, you can't expect them to do what a U.S. senator would do. And it's important to know the difference because you need to know what questions to ask the particular politicians that are running. So we need to educate ourselves on that. He also touched on economics, and Malcolm had this group economics down to science back then. And it's kind of sad that we still haven't mastered it like 50 something years later, you know? I'm not sure of the reception this speech got when he first made it because it was in 1964 and I wasn't alive yet. I first heard this speech when I was first becoming aware. And this was around 06, 07. Actually, I had been aware for a few years then, but, I wasn't as deep into it as I am now. So I was still trying to find my way. And back then, I was into Malcolm heavy. Real heavy at the time. I had seen the movie. I had read the autobiography of Malcolm X, along with a book called American Dream or American Nightmare. This book was about how Martin Luther King and Malcolm X's views were not that different from each other by the end of their lives. Anyway, I started looking up his speeches and interviews, and the Ballot or the Bullet always stood out to me. I remember thinking Malcolm could have excelled at anything he wanted to, and how sad it was his life got cut short and he was assassinated because I think he never got to live out his full potential, and he was a brilliant man. My feeling on this speech now, I actually like the speech even more than I did when I first heard it. With everything that's been going on lately, this same speech could be given today if you took out 1964 and the use of the word Negro. Now, what do y'all think of it? Let me know. Peace.